was about 5 years ago, I'd say, when a young man asked for an appointment to see me at the law office. And he sat down in the chair across from my desk, and he said he was recently out of law school and he was looking for a job. And I said, what's your skill set? Why would you like to work for me? And he proceeded to tell me what a big fan that he was of mine, and he just needed a job. And I said, well, I'm one of these people that kind of like, you know, you give somebody a job and you see what happens, because you just never know whether they work out or not. So we gave Dominick Romeo a job, and he worked for us over the years, all the way up until recently. And actually, he was still working for us, really. But Dominick, in January of this past year, had to have a liver transplant. And you're talking about a young man who's about 30 years old. And he was a father of 3 young children. And the liver did not take, and he was in the process of waiting for another liver transplant. And he was down in Virginia where all this was taking place. And I got the news yesterday from his wife, Brooke, that his heart had stopped and he had passed away. And I had recently communicated with Dom as early as on Friday. And I was talking to him about, my last text to him was, I hope you had some kind of a Christmas. But Dominick worked at Deters Law for several years, and he was a character. He drove us all crazy. He also made us laugh a lot. The trait that I most admire about Dominick is his loyalty to me. And it breaks my heart that he's gone, because Dominick was a good guy, father of 3 young children, and he was just a character. He would mess some things up and it would drive us all crazy. I mean, there's no other way to say that. I mean, he would drive us crazy. I can say this, I say this in kidding, I don't say it even in a disparagement, but you got to be honest about it, because it's why we all laugh when we think about Dom. Dom did not have the greatest work ethic. he did not have the bulldog work ethic, and it would drive us all crazy. But that was kind of like his life. You know, work wasn't the most important thing to him, just hanging out was. And it would drive us all crazy. But through all of that, he was always loyal, always willing. And we're going to miss him so much. I mean, I can tell you this, that he was one of our gang. And everybody at the law office is truly heartbroken that worked with him. I mean, he was our friend. And it's sad to know that Dom left. And you know, here he is. I mean, he would he'd have all kinds of health problems waiting for his liver transplant. And no matter what you said to the guy, he would always say something like, well, I'm doing great, doing good. I mean, he stayed positive through, everything. I mean, like, for example, before his first liver transplant, Dom literally was green-yellow. I mean, he looked, and I used to tease him. I said, Dom, you're greenish yellow, buddy. You got it. Something's not right. Something's wrong with your liver. He goes, no, I'm good. Blood work's all good. You know, I'm like, come on, Dom. Oh, my goodness. I would say that to him. Oh, my goodness. Good old Dom. We're going to miss you, buddy. And the family, as far as the arrangements goes, Brooke says she'll let us know. My guess is there'll be some fund set up, and I'll contribute to the fund, and I'll encourage all that know him to contribute to the fund to help out him and his family. But Dominick Romeo, a proud graduate of Ryle High School, a proud graduate of University of Kentucky, and an up-and-coming, this is the funniest thing, up-and-coming super lawyer. He had that like 3 or 4 years running, and we would like scratch our heads and say, all right, Dom, you're our up-and-coming super lawyer. But we'll miss you, Dom. I love you, Dom, and our hearts are broken, buddy.